The hardened criminal gets the reporter all riled up. Next thing you know, the reporter extends his freakishly long arm and slams the criminal into the wall. Just as he's about to crash into the iron gate, the criminal seizes the opportunity to take a bite out of the reporter. Prison guards quickly rush in to intervene and get the criminal to back off. The criminal suddenly senses that there's something off about the reporter's blood. After the reporter leaves, the criminal discovers that this drop of blood can actually move on its own. He quickly consumes it into his stomach. Yet it's this very drop of blood that causes the criminal to evolve into the supervillain of the Marvel Universe. Carnage has the ability to alter his host's body shape and conjure any weapon desired at will. His strength and combat prowess surpass even those of his father, Venom. When Venom encounters Carnage, he's so intimidated that he retreats into his true form. The host of Carnage is named Kasady. He pushed his grandma down the stairs when he was 5, tossed a hairdryer into his mom's bathtub, and got beaten half to death by his dad before being sent to an orphanage. As he grew up, he went on to kill several people, but the police couldn't find where he buried their bodies. Venom's analysis skills are through the roof. Eddie caught a glimpse of Kasady only once, but Venom, using the mural on the wall, pinpointed Kasady's burial site. Now, Kasady's staring down the barrel of a death sentence. Kasady demands to see Eddie one last time before his execution, sinking his teeth into Eddie. As Kasady is being executed, he's strapped to the execution bed. The guards start injecting the lethal cocktail. Kasady calmly accepts his death, but then, in a sudden twist, the green liquid turns red, and Kasady trembles violently as his body begins to mutate. Tentacles extend endlessly, shattering glass all around, causing people to flee in panic. That's none other than Carnage, Venom's son. After merging, Carnage unleashes a merciless baptism of blood upon the prison, opening a ruthless cleansing mode. The prison guards' bullets hit Carnage. He immediately morphs his body into a hollow form. The bullets all pass through him, hitting the people behind him. Carnage's combat skills are insane. He tosses a guard straight up to the second floor, then pounds on the prison doors, busting them wide open and setting free all the inmates. Any guards who try to resist end up as Carnage's next meal. Transforming into a monstrous tornado, he engulfs the warden and devours him in one bite, granting Kasady his freedom. Meanwhile, Eddie remains oblivious to Carnage's emergence. He only allows Venom to snack on chocolate and forbids him from using people as midnight snacks. Even if they're robbers, they're not allowed to be harmed. Venom and Eddie get into a heated argument. Eddie just wants a peaceful life, but Venom's got a temper. They start fighting at the drop of a hat, but Eddie's no match for Venom. He ends up getting beaten the whole time. Venom even morphs into a cleaning master and throws all of Eddie's stuff out of the window. Afterwards, he jumps out of the window and attaches onto someone else. After cleaning up the mess, Eddie hopes for a peaceful life. However, news of Kasady's jailbreak disrupts his plans. Realizing he should find his girlfriend, Frances. Frances has this natural sonic attack power. The folks at the orphanage forcefully take her away, but in the car, Frances unleashes her super strong sonic attack again. Still, the cop shoots her, landing her in a mental hospital. The sheriff figures Kasady must be going after Frances. Sure enough, the next moment, Kasady shows up at the mental hospital and strangles the guard. Carnage extends his tentacles, enveloping the entire room. Seeing her boyfriend turn into a monster, Frances continues laughing maniacally. With a little force, Kasady crushes the room to pieces. The two happily kiss. As armed personnel quickly arrive, Kasady punches a hole in the wall and escapes through the tunnel. With a big leap, he lands outside, and they correctly sit in the car. Under police pursuit, they speed away, racing like a real-life version of Fast and Furious. Carnage's tentacles shoot out, lifting both of them high into the air. He then reveals his true form and constructs a massive spider web. Carnage's abilities surpass Venom's. He launches an attack on the car below, which crumples like paper under his assault. Carnage effortlessly crushes the car into pieces. The police helicopter support arrives and launches a frantic attack on them, but it's clear they haven't grasped the severity of the situation yet. Carnage casually grabs a car as a shield, while Frances in the car showcases her own abilities. With a roar of her sonic attack, she instantly clears out everyone nearby. Carnage can't stand high-frequency noise. It even scares him back to his original form. The two drive away, with Carnage warning Frances,
"She does that again, I'll eat her face."
The sheriff surveys the scene afterward and finds the mental hospital in ruins. He immediately orders the state border to be sealed and the entire city to search for the two. The sheriff brings Eddie back to the police station and questions him about what he's been hiding. The police present evidence showing Eddie's presence at every crime scene. Eddie recalls the moment when Kasady bit him, realizing Carnage must have transferred at that time. Feeling desperate, Eddie calls upon his ex-girlfriend for help, asking her to assist in retrieving Venom. At this point, Venom has changed hosts multiple times, but none of them have been suitable. They couldn't handle Venom's immense power. the lady running the supermarket, Mrs. Chen, turns out to be Venom, and happens to show up at the store asking about clues. After chatting, and figures out that Venom is actually inhabiting Mrs. Chen's body, and goes into full-on praise mode.
You're the coolest, you're the hottest, and you're the brave.
She convinces Venom to save Eddie. Now they're at the police station, breaking through walls with Eddie, jumping around in the air. Eddie sincerely apologizes to Venom. They finally make amends and decide to go find Kasady together. Before they leave, Eddie throws a couple of punches at Ann's fiancé in anger. Meanwhile, Kasady and Francis are about to have their wedding. The guests they invited happen to be their archenemies. Kasady first tracks down the sheriff who injured him. Francis snatches Ann away. Eddie finds out and has been taken, and rushes to the church. Inside the church, Kasady is in the middle of his wedding ceremony. Just as the two are exchanging vows, Venom arrives just in time. Seeing Carnage's transformation, Venom is frightened and reverts to his original form. His son is too terrifying. He wants to congratulate the couple and then leave, but Eddie insists on him coming out to save people, and promises to treat him to a feast today. Only then does Venom transform and prepare for battle. The father-son battle is about to begin. Carnage shoots hundreds of spikes at Venom, who dodges them, and leaps onto a pillar to counterattack. However, his punches against Carnage feel like hitting cotton candy. Instead, he's unexpectedly struck by his own son. Venom grabs Carnage and throws him aside, locking his neck, and slamming him to the ground with a heavy blow. Yet, it's as futile as scratching an itch for Carnage. Carnage swiftly retaliates by seizing the priest for a hearty meal, bolstering his fighting prowess once more. Carnage firmly pins Venom to the wall, denying him any chance to catch his breath. Venom retaliates by biting off Carnage's tentacle and kicking him away. Meanwhile, Ann's fiancé is engulfing Carnage in flames, causing him to let out a painful roar. The two adversaries grapple fiercely with each other, and Venom seizes the son, spinning him around in the air 20 times before flinging him away. Suddenly, Carnage extends his tentacles and slams the brakes. Despite Venom's attempt to counter, he is overpowered by his son, reverting to his original form. The sheriff seizes the chance to escape outside for help, but is ambushed from behind by Francis. She chains the sheriff's neck, finally achieving her revenge. Kasady transforms into Carnage once more, seizing Ann from the box and soaring into the sky. Venom rushes forward to help, but finds himself pinned under a slab of stone, unable to move. At this point, Carnage is completely berserk, sparing not even Francis. He covers her mouth to silence her, while the inner Kasady struggles to restrain him. Witnessing this scene, Venom realizes it's the perfect moment to strike back. Exerting his strength, he lifts the slab and climbs to the top of the bell tower. Just as Carnage is about to strike, Venom lands a precise blow, simultaneously catching the falling Ann. Carnage continues his relentless assault on Venom from behind, but Venom refuses to give up. Venom carefully lowers Ann down, despite the ongoing attack. By now, Venom is covered in wounds from the constant stabbing, rendering him unable to fight back. He's at the mercy of Carnage, allowing him to ravage him without resistance. Venom is on the brink of danger. Francis unleashes a mighty roar, shattering the church's windows. Venom and his son are separated from their hosts, as they fall, with a bronze bell crashing onto Francis. Meanwhile, Venom returns to Eddie just in time, but Kasady is left injured from the fall. Carnage tries to return to Kasady's body, but Venom stomps on him, making him his meal. The fallen Kasady on the ground also doesn't escape, all consumed by Venom. Finally, the battle comes to an end. The two arrive at the seaside, enjoying the beautiful scenery. Later that evening, Venom plans to share with Eddie the knowledge spanning 80 billion light-years across the universe. Suddenly, the entire room shakes violently, and the two find themselves transported to another unfamiliar room. On the television, the news is reporting that Peter Parker is Spider-Man. It seems like the two will meet here. This film is called Venom, Let There Be Carnage. It's a great watch, so I recommend checking out the original. If you enjoyed the video, don't forget to like and subscribe. See you next time. Bye.